By the way, this is my new skin from now on. 2,000 likes and I'll do the next episode. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think that the challenges would be that difficult.
What happened?
I thought I would survive it all, you know, skies never dies.
This sounds awful.
Not as awful as YouTube analytics telling me that only 4% of people are subscribed to my channel.
What? Don't they know that it's free and they can unsubscribe at any time?
I know, that's what I've been telling them.
Okay, so start from the beginning. What happened?
Well, I immediately began to rush, since you guys gave me some challenges to do. I picked the ones that seemed difficult and also pretty fun to do. First, get netherite everything. Second, kill the ender dragon a lot. Third, take on a nether fortress with nothing but wooden tools and golden apples. Fourth, take on the ender dragon with only wooden tools, beds, and golden apples. I have to complete all of these before the 100 days is over. I first needed to clean up my inventory and my shulker boxes, then I went and made some TNT. Since ancient debris doesn't get destroyed from it and I wanted to complete this challenge fast, I knew I needed all the time that I could get. Oh, and I made a chicken egg farm. Not sure why. Gathered more sand for TNT and raw salmon for cats. Apparently, to tame cats you need to use raw fish and not arrows. Who would have guessed? I just farmed while I waited for cats to spawn in. Finally one did. He was very reluctant and loved to become my pet. I then farmed creepers at night for some more gunpowder. Boom baby, I got 2 more cats. Now I only need 1 more for the mob grinder. Which I got the next morning. I updated the mob grinder and put cats in each corner, just so the creepers would run to the water and I would get gunpowder faster. I farmed it a little bit and the drops weren't the worst, but definitely not the best. Then a traveling villager came by and gave me 2 leads for free. Since I would just be farming and doing the same thing over and over again for the next 10 days, I downloaded this replay mod that I saw some other Minecraft YouTubers using and figured I would try it out too. Every single night I would go out and kill creepers, and each day I would just farm the mob grinder, just so I can maximize the gunpowder gain. I also want to take the time to explain one crucial thing about this series. Each 100 days takes me about a month to a month and a half to make. Trust me, I'm always making the next episode. This series will keep going till I die. Hopefully that clears some things up while you guys wait for each episode. I promise I'm working as fast as I can on these. Also, do you guys want me to keep using this mod, or would you rather see every single day that I farm boring things? I just figured that this would be faster and you guys would rather have it this way. After grinding for 10 days straight, I ended up with 90 TNT. Hopefully this is enough. While digging down, I awkwardly found 1 ancient debris. I lined up a tunnel of TNT and let it rip, baby. After using 14 TNT, I got a whole lot of nothing at all. Like, not even 1 block of ancient debris. So this is what I'm dealing with. No wonder it's a challenge you guys wanted me to do, but the next TNT strip I found too. Using the rest of the TNT, it only got me 9 more ancient debris, for 10 total. Not worth it at all, so I just spent the rest of my time in the nether doing this. I found mining was way more efficient than TNT, unless you have a massive gunpowder farm. I found a child trying to do capitalism with me, but he tried to rip me off and not give me anything for my gold, so I asked kindly for it back. No one can abuse capitalism except for me. Got some more ancient debris, but my pick was almost destroyed. For anyone who does this strat with me, quartz will be your best friend. Here's my pick before quartz, and after quartz from mining a few branches of it. I was going to return home and call this challenge complete because my pick was almost destroyed, but I healed it up enough and I needed maybe 2 times more ancient debris to have netherite everything. Keep chasing me and I won't upload this movie. So much mining, which continued on this day. And we're done. I got all 32 ancient debris that I needed for my armor and tools. Now it's time to... Oh no. It's the mob with the world's best tracking. I think it's over for me. After messing with the locals, I returned home, crafted the netherite ingots, and made my netherite armor, completing the first challenge in 23 days. Now for the next challenge, since I just got stronger equipment, I figured I should get rid of all of it and take on the nether fortress with nothing but a wooden sword and golden apples. So back into the nether I go. I never did fully explore this fortress, the one next to my portal, so I went for this one. Since all fortresses are basically the same and I know this one is huge. It was pretty boring at first, but slowly the enemies began to spawn in. I took on the first wither skeleton that I saw, which was a piece of cake. Actually, they both were. I was surprised that there were still some chests in this fortress, which held great loot. Most quarters were empty and pointless. found more treasure, 3 chests all next to each other, more exploring, and then I ended it off with fighting more wither skeletons. This fortress was so easy that I did a quick look around to see if I could find another one to go take this challenge to, which there weren't. 2 out of 4 challenges done now. Went to the nether and farmed some gas. I would need their tears to make some crystals to respawn the ender dragon. Oh, and I fell, but luckily my bones broke the fall for me. I made the 4 crystals and then decided to go mess with my chicken farm because Skies is a big dummy doo-doo hit. Did you write this? Oh, security. Day 227, I prepared to take on the ender dragon with only wooden tools and golden apples. I didn't want to use beds, even though they would have killed the dragon faster, because it would have killed me easily after 1 use. Besides, only wooden tools would be a fun enough challenge. Made it to the end and put down the crystals. I was incredibly shocked though, because I didn't know that it would resurrect every single crystal in the end. Now I'm worried. I always look for loopholes in life. From wood, we get sticks, so technically sticks are wooden. Bows are made out of sticks, meaning that bows are also wooden tools. Now I'm not worried. I shot down every crystal and got to half hearts. Stop looking at the time of the video, you're spoiling this. I got super ballsy and bridged over to some towers so I could get a nice vantage point on the dragon. Now the real game begins. Sadly, I can't shoot the dragon while she's resting on top of the bedrock. I know, it was super intense at this moment. But then I noticed that she angered the Enderman. Didn't know that could happen. Then she had the audacity to threaten me and call my manager because she didn't know what arrows were and demanded that I show her what they were. Apparently, she's a hands-on learner. The next couple of minutes were becoming so easy for me that I had to turn my monitor off, flip it upside down, unplug my mouse, and play with 3 hands tied behind my back. And still, made the first shot. Seeing how every single Enderman was looking at me like a K-pop stan to their idol, I figured they didn't want an autograph, but to hurt me. So I put my armor back on, and to all of your surprise, I was right. 3 out of 4 challenges done. Except, I really can't put myself through farming gas, and I don't think I could really make it harder for myself to kill the ender dragon, other than not using a bow and only a wooden sword. So, I'll count the last challenge as complete too. Since I've killed it twice now, and most people would say that 2,000 pounds on your pinky toe is a lot, so I'll just use that same exact thing as killing the dragon 2 times as a lot. I returned home and wanted to relax after doing all the challenges non-stop, so I just took care of my animals. Afterwards, I decided to hang the wooden sword that I didn't use at all on the ender dragon on my wall. A nice reminder of loopholes. Seeing how my house still isn't finished and I quite literally don't have any more cobblestone, I went to mining. Except I kept finding these worthless blue rocks. I'm never lucky, man. The hunt for cobblestone continued on day 231 and 232. And finally, after a super long and grueling 233 days, I finally finished the exterior of my house. Sadly now, the millions of farm animals of mine were lagging my computer a lot, so I had to go say hi to them all. Afterwards, I enchanted some books since I was almost level 40. Now, to keep things entertaining, I ran through the nether back to that faraway place from the 200 days video. I now had shulker boxes, so I wanted to explore more. So, I gathered my dogs and killed some sheep since I forgot to bring a bed. I accidentally hit my dogs and healed them up. Then, got surprised that I now have 2 puppies. Apparently, healing them makes them make babies. Also, this blacksmith only had saplings in his chest, because that makes sense. Spent this day exploring. From my nether portal, it's 16,000 blocks away from my house. I decided to run all the way back. There's no way nothing fun happens. Right? I was running past a village, but the villagers were begging me to give them capitalism. So I stole all their wheat and sold it back to them. Profits! Nothing exciting, just explored. But then, I found the world's most boring village. Nothing here. Did you know iron golems are very rude and won't say hi to your dogs? No respect around here. Then I found a biome that I never knew existed. A flower forest. Was kinda cool. Now, my memory isn't the best for places that I found, but I'm pretty certain that this is the first abandoned mineshaft that I found. I was feeling kind, so I went and said hi to some animals. Well, a lot of animals. Pretty sure I found the weird stone forest place from the 100 days video. I also found a sunken ship with the world's greatest loot. I'm so blessed. This creeper thought he was a comedian with my boat, and I swam with a dolphin for the first time. And I found out that they like playing with rotten flesh. I found the blacksmith's cousin. Apparently this chest runs in the family. So, I kicked his child out of the bed and slept. The next day, I luckily found a village that actually had good loot. Then, I found a desert temple which didn't have good loot. So I used 4% of my power and found a second one, which also had okay loot. Then, found a village to bring capitalism to. Nothing happened, just explored. Found the pillager tower that I found back in the 200 days video. Then, found a desert temple right after that. It didn't have that bad of loot. Also, found a weird looking village with some emeralds for me. Love donations, they're very kind. Then for some reason, the villagers said that they'd love to be in a raid. They wanted something exciting in their lives. So I went back to the pillager tower and got the raid curse. And then the raid began. I wanted to cheese it though, so I went mining for iron. I wanted to create a few iron golems. Also, I think this is the first dungeon I found in this world. Pretty good loot. Made it back to the village and I found 113 iron ore. Finally, after smelting for half a day, the iron was all done, now to find the last raider. Which, for the life of me, I could not find. I searched the entire village at least 5 times over and I couldn't find him. Houdini would be proud of him. After doing one last search, I gave up. I have no idea where the last one went. So I went and got the raid curse again and ran to a different village. Began the raid a second time and made my iron golems. It was time to cheese this baby. And it was working beautifully. I barely had to do anything. Found out I had 4 iron golems and not 3. Thank you villagers for actually helping. I used about 2% of my power and kept sniping this Ravager. The Navy SEAL snipers would be proud of me. Killed a mouth breather and got a totem of undying. Now the fun starts. I wouldn't let my boy die, he was carrying me too hard. Healed him up twice and I almost died. Went down to 1 heart remaining and the golden apple saved me. The raid ended and I gained 4 totems of undying. The villagers were amazing and showered me in gifts and were super thankful for me saving them. Yep. So many gifts. I wanted to do another raid, but I couldn't find the pillager tower for the life of me. So I found a desert temple instead with some insanely good loot. Found the desert village from the 100-day video and sold their wheat back to them for profit. Found another desert village the next day and I loved the profits so much that I exploited this village too. Made so much profits. Finally made it back home after traveling 16,000 blocks. Wasn't a bad adventure, I filled up 3 shulker boxes, and the entire time I was running, I was killing every animal I saw. I don't think I'll ever need a farm for food again. I then just spent this time organizing everything. To keep the hype going, I wanted to take on the Wither. I went to the Nether and began clearing out the Nether fortress. I wanted to make a huge spawn platform for the Wither skeletons. And I got 2 Wither skulls while making the platform. Farmed and expand the platform this day, and this day as well. Now, on day 259, for some reason, not sure why, but I think the zombie pigmen really hated me killing them. Not sure why. After getting the last skull, they all escorted me out. I think they just wanted to make sure that I was safe. Such sweethearts. Now, to take on the Wither, I'm going to cheese this as well, so I went down into my mineshaft and cleared out a nice room for him, and almost killed the iron golem while doing it. Now with my 4 iron golems already, it was time to spawn them in. The golems actually did a lot of work and was pretty funny to watch. Sadly, all 4 of them died. Not really surprised though. And I killed the Wither and got my first Nether star. With the beacon made, I wanted to show off my wealth with it. I wanted to make the entire beacon out of emeralds. It would take a lot of trading, so I would need more traders and a better stick farm. Moved some villagers over and expanded my trading grounds. Made more trading stands and farmed sticks. Since the blacksmith didn't have anything that I need or could sell, I decided to get rid of him. He was super willing, luckily. Yep. No issues at all. I hate villagers. Enchanted some books and tools, then began to move the villagers over to a different mansion. I wanted to put my beacon right in front of my mansion. Farmed more sticks and gained more emeralds. Moved the villagers at night and yep, I still hate them. Same thing during the day, and I finally moved over all the little angels to their new mansion. Made it pretty, and I'm certain that Grian would be proud of me. After finding a nice spot for the Pyramid of Wealth, I noticed that, wow, I'm going to need a lot of emeralds. And the current way that I do it won't do. It takes too much durability out of my sword. I wanted to make an auto bamboo farm, and I messed with it all day. I'd say I'm a master at redstone at this point. And I continue to mess with redstone on this day. I thought I was onto something, and after working on it all day, it didn't work. So I tore it down and made profits. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, when in doubt, search on YouTube how to make a redstone auto bamboo farm. And I just continue making it on this day. Ran out of materials, so I had to go farm in the Nether, and got back to work. Also, made a bridge because I was tired of running around the farm. Surprised it took me this long to make it. Gathered more sand for the bamboo farm's glass and worked on the machine some more. Just worked on the machine all day. I ran out of materials again, so I just gathered wood and iron. I think I'll have to make an iron farm very soon. I'm completely out of it. I finally finished 4 levels to the auto bamboo farm. I don't think I'll make it any bigger. I gain a few hundred bamboo per hour. Now, the librarian villager can sell me name tags. I needed one for the zombie in the iron farm. I worked on maxing out the librarian, which ink sacks helped me out tremendously. I recommend using those. Got the name tag and named it something very serious. And then went mining for iron. Needed some hoppers for the iron farm. After mining enough iron, I went and got prepared for the farm. I heard I shouldn't make the iron farm near any other villagers or iron golems, so I made it next to my mob grinder, hopefully far enough away. Then a mouth breather came by and I had to sleep. Started the day off by jumping off the bridge, a healthy way to start. Did some parkour and jumped off the bridge again. I used my mob grinder to get the zombie, which worked perfectly. Led him to his new massive home and named him a name fitting of a king name. Then it was time to transfer some villagers over. Easier said than done. After so many headaches and problems, I finally got the first villager in his nice house. I think he loved it in there. Began the day off nicely by suffocating a villager on accident. I got the last 2 villagers in their rooms. Nothing funny or annoying happened. Also, had to ender pearl out because a villager was holding me hostage in there. Now that the difficult part is over, time to build the iron farm. Luckily, nothing bad happened. It was a pretty quick farm to make. Finished it all this day. Activated the farm and it began working immediately. Tore down the cobblestone monstrosity. Luckily, from the roses they drop, I now have a bone meal farm too. And the bamboo farm is working wonderfully. Traded for the night. Checked on the iron farm to make sure everything was working perfectly, and this dude decided to defy gravity. Jumped off the bridge, and began fixing the iron farm. Changed the door to signs to get rid of the wall pixel that was sticking out. Then swapped cobblestone for chests since they sit 1 pixel lower so the iron golems wouldn't sit there. Then added some dirt to the corner so they wouldn't get stuck on the corner anymore before falling. Which worked perfectly. Then I had to golem proof my bridge since they can spawn there. I chose wool, easy and quick fix. Enough farming. I was getting bored, so I set out to find a pillager tower. I want to do another raid. I found this beautiful view, and then the pillager tower from the 200-day video. I farmed all day and decided to sleep. I couldn't get a banner one to spawn. Finally got the raid curse and began to return home. I want to do a raid there. Made it home and something was telling me that the raid started, but I can't put my finger on it. The beginning was pretty boring. No idea where they were. Then I found out that they just spawned below my land trying to hit my villagers through the ground. Then they did a big no-no and spawned on my mansion. Quickly got rid of them. Don't want to lose my pets. This next fight was absolutely insane. I never thought it was even possible for Minecraft mobs to go this hard in battle. I'm pretty sure that this will end up in a top 10 anime battles pretty soon. We lost a brother the next day, and just some more normal fighting. Then the raiders had the audacity to spawn on top of my mansion again. I found out the easy way that Ravagers don't do that much damage to me anymore. About 1.5 hearts? I love netherite armor. So I took on another one with some help from the iron golems. Then the witch thought I was absolutely beautiful and threw a regeneration potion at me. So kind. Then, sadly, an evoker killed one of my parrots. Actually made me a bit mad, so I quickly slaughtered them. Even worse, it was the colorful rainbow parrot. He'll be missed. I went and finished the raid. Then, the villagers set off fireworks in celebration. Didn't know that they do that, but it's pretty cool. I left the feather from my favorite parrot on the wall with his friends. I want to end this movie off with a bang. So, to the Nether I returned to gather 3 more wither skulls. I insulted a K-pop band and the pigmen didn't take it lightly. My apologies. It took me 8 days of farming to get all 3 skulls. It was insanely boring. Really, nothing happened those 8 days. Except on 295, I was messing with the pigman and accidentally fell. I didn't take much damage though, really wasn't close. Now that the boring long grind is over, I returned home and sold a lot of items that I gathered. Also got prepared for the fight and getting the new iron golems ready. Oh, and I enchanted some stuff since I'm level 52. Now, for the day we've all been waiting for. Day 300. I'm going to take on the Wither, a second time. Still gonna cheese it though. So, I made my way down, ran to the Wither room. Luckily, I didn't hurt any of my golems this time, and it's time to party, baby! Golems do a massive amount of damage to the Wither, luckily. I actually did fight the Wither this time. I killed the Wither with only half a heart missing, got my second beacon, and just did chores around the house to finish up the day. Then, just watched the sunset. And there we have it. I survived 300 days on hardcore Minecraft. I want you guys to give me some challenges to do again. It doesn't have to be deadly, but something fun to do. I hope you all enjoyed my video, and I'll see you guys in the 400 days episode.